Welcome again. Thank you for joining Ivy Law TV. This is Attorney Jumoke Oladapo from Ivy Law Office. Today is June 7th, and you're welcome to our episode Understanding Probate in Maryland. Would like you to be attentive, like, share, and come back again to listen to the next episode. So, understanding probate in Maryland. We want to know more about it. Unfortunately, life happens and people pass away. When someone dies in Maryland, the legal term is called decedent. And after the person passes away, then they cannot sign checks, they cannot make decisions, they cannot distribute assets and things like that. And someone who may be a family member or a trusted person to them may step up to take care of their affairs after them. So, probate process is an important part of us of whether you have a plan, maybe a will, or you don't have any plan at all. You have to have go through the probate court. So probate is a process, and I'll call it a court process, where after the death of someone, a loved one, maybe a family member, or if there's a will, whoever was chosen as the executor will go through the court process to be able to distribute assets and pay claims or debts and settle the estates of the person that passed away. So, without this being done, it's probably not going to be possible for assets to pass to loved ones legally or officially. So, why probate? That's what I just explained. In Maryland, it's important to know that there are side effects to not having estate plans in place. And one of the side effects to not having a proper plan in place is that after the passing of a loved one, then probate court will have to be involved for assets to pass. But if you have a proper estate plan in place, it's very unlikely that there'll be court involvement. For example, if you have a living trust, or if you just have a will, there'll still be court involvement, but at least there are instructions on what a decedent wants. So let's go. What's the process? What's the probate process? First of all, you have to go through the Register of Wills in Maryland. A loved one, maybe a spouse, a child, or someone named in the will as an executor or personal representative will go to the Register of Wills to open or file a estate, a petition for either a small estate or petition for a regular estate, depending on the value of the person's assets. So, first of all, the process will start with filing a petition with the Register of Wills. And this petition is going to be filed at the county where the person resided at the time of death. Usually, that may also be the county where the person has their assets in. So, that's the proper county. Where was the decedent domiciled at the time of death? So after the petition is filed with the court or the Register of Wills, the second thing is that the Register of Wills or the court will formally appoint who the personal representative will be if there was no will. Or if a personal representative was appointed in a will, or then that will be formalized by the court, and then a letter of administration will be issued to the personal representative so that they may carry out their duties. Also, the third thing is as part of the process, all the interested parties will be notified. So, who are interested parties? They can include children, the spouse, it can include claimants, like creditors, or beneficiaries. So, those are some interested persons that will be notified by the court to show up so that if they have a claim, they can make a claim, um, or if they have a dispute, they can say the dispute and who the personal representative should be. After the interested persons have been notified, there's usually an inventory of the assets or an appraisal of the assets of a deceased person. So the court is going to ask, what does the person have? Does he have real estate or bank accounts or personal belongings, things like that, or vehicles, things like that? And there may be the need to appraise some assets, like um, sometimes we have appraisal of personal properties, and also the real estate may be appraised to get the true value of it. If you have land, you probably will want to get the value of the land and all that. So those are important pieces, inventorying an appraisal that has to be done when it comes to working with the court in opening an estate or going through the probate process. Also, the next thing is that there will have to be the payment of debts and taxes and court fees and things like that. So, unfortunately, we're taxed while we are alive, and also when we pass away, we get taxed as well. So, there has to be a payment. Taxes and fees and debt will have to be paid to creditors and the government and the court. And there are different types of taxes depending on who the beneficiaries are. Of course, we have the probate tax, we have the estate tax, we have the inheritance tax, and things like that. And after all those fees and taxes are paid, of course, fees will be paid. All right. Fees like the attorney's fees, like the commissioner's bond fees will be paid, and a whole lot more will be paid out first before they can be distributions to beneficiaries. So that's the next thing. Distribution of the assets to beneficiaries will come after that, after the payment of the debt and taxes and expenses. So, what happens? You have $100,000 and the government takes a little part of it, other people take the part of it, then your beneficiaries can have the rest. That's what comes with not planning and having to go through the court or improper planning. After the distribution of assets, then we have final accounting and closing of the estate. Final accountings and closing of the estate happened because, well, it can be in court forever. So the court will close the estate after distribution has been made and the judge is satisfied that the process has gone out well and all necessary people have been paid, all beneficiaries have gotten their share of what is available, and the court will, the accounting and all that will be submitted to the court, and the court will complete the probate process and close the estate officially. All this process takes time. And in Maryland, it could take between 12 and 24 months, depending on a whole lot of factors, like the size or the amount of assets the person has, like the complexity of the assets, or even if there's dispute between the family members or the beneficiaries. So these things can go on, and there will not be a distribution of the assets, or there may be fight among who should be a personal representative and all that before an estate close. So probate process in Maryland could take between 12 and 24 months. Also, the cost is very intensive because of all the fees and claims and taxes that has to be paid upfront from the person's assets before there's final distribution. And of course, probate is public. So all this information will appear on public record, and everybody that cares about what's going on can find information about someone's estate on public record. So that's the process of probate in Maryland. If you would like to go through probate process, well, that's up to you. There are better options and choices, and which involves having a live-in trust. You may speak if you're interested in knowing more about this process, or if a loved one just passed away, we can assist you with the probate administration process, opening an estate, distribution, and all that. We can assist you to get that done so that while grieving, you're not going through the complexity that comes with the probate process. And if you want to put things in order for your family and avoid court and avoid conflict after you're gone, you can do things better, and we can show you how as well. So, that is it for today. Understanding the probate process in Maryland. Hope this is helpful. Please like and share and subscribe to our channel. We'll look forward to speaking with you again next time. But if you'd like to contact us, please do so by calling our office at 301 276 0887 and schedule a free callback. We would love to speak with you, or schedule a consultation. We would love to speak with you and assist you with whatever you're going through related to estate planning or probate. 301 276 0887, and you can visit us on our website online at www.ivylawoffice.com. www.ivylawoffice.com. Thank you for your time today. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.